For Christmas, I made these ghost bone boxes for my friends. And by for Christmas, I mean for Christmas last year. Yes, it took me a year to edit this video. Please don't judge me. I've spent many Christmases with my friends, and because of that, I have bought them many gifts. And after a couple of Christmases, you start to run out of ideas. At the time, I had recently gone to a local oddities market and they had these vertebrae. After some deliberation, I decided to put them in a cute little display. I've always liked those artworks where there's like people or shadows or ghosts holding their hands in a ring around a rosy circle, so I wanted to make a kind of design like that. I also didn't want the design of the people holding hands to be too opaque, so for the paint I decided to use a clear varnish with the tiniest amount of white paint. Because I wanted the design to be continuous, I had to paint the ghost people in a specific order. This was the important part for making sure the design was continuous. After painting the first square and continuing it on to the second one, I moved that first square to the end of the row to make sure that the right side of the last square connects with the left side of the first square that I painted. I was also too lazy to wait for the paint to dry, so I used a heat gun to speed the process up just a little bit. Even though I used the heat gun, I ended up leaving them overnight to fully dry. For the bottom of the display box, I decided to get some fake moss to give it a bit of a grassy, foresty kind of vibe. Like there's just a bunch of ghosts circling this little bone in the forest. I used a good amount of glue to make sure that the moss wouldn't move around if you moved the box. After the glue dried on the moss, I had to cut out the holes where each of the pieces were supposed to click into. This just helped make the look a lot cleaner. Peeling off the last layer of protective plastic after everything was dry was probably the most satisfying part. And I made sure to wear my fabric gloves to prevent any fingerprints from transferring. After fitting the first box together, I was so happy with how it looked. Like, how cute! And I just followed the same process for the other box, removing the protective plastic and adding the bone in. And this is how the second box turned out. I think they turned out so cute, and I let my friends decide between the two of them which bone spoke to their soul more. If you're looking for a spooky gift for your spooky friends, feel free to steal this idea from me. Happy 2026, everybody, and I hope to be posting more in the new year.